Welcome to the Michiana Business Podcast, where we put local legends and businesses in the spotlight for everyone in our area to see. If you love small businesses and success stories, then you're in the right place. You're listening to the Michiana Business Podcast with your friends, hosts, and owners of industrial office cleaning right here in Michiana, Caitlin and Alonzo Perdomo.
At some point, again, I was like, I want to do something different. I want to feel challenge myself. I want to feel that that emotion of knowing that either you are in danger and you have to run fast, or you're doing it. You're going way beyond what you were expected. You are outside your comfort zone, and you are trying new things, and those new things are coming up with pretty good results. So that's my motivation. That's what led me. I wanted to have this. I wanted to have a more. I wanted to be closer to my family. So, for example, right now I'm working from home. I'm working from my office, and I don't have to go through traffic. I can just go right ahead and hug my son, make food for my son, spend some time with my son, with my parents, which to me is extremely important.
It's very well said. I mean, sometimes we create this business and we don't really see what we really want, like you, and this business start taking over, and you're like, wow, I created this business to support me, to give me the life that I want. And sometimes we don't think too much about that, and then the business start taking over, and you like start stressing out, and you want to just quit. Or like you say, you got to figure it out exactly why you wanted that business work for you. No, you work for the business. Well, that's very great. For the whole story is really touchy. How is it behind you parents? They have entrepreneur side, or you just start developing this your own self, or you see your father or your uncle or anybody else in your family being an entrepreneur?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, with my brother, about maybe maybe same 16 years ago we started this. No, maybe a little less. It was around 14 years ago that we started our own restaurant. And so at the beginning it was myself, my brother, my father, and my mother putting money together into this business that we happened to find. We just happened to find this place, very close to where we live. And we thought, I have customer service experience. My brother has a lot of accounting experience. My father has this master degree, and my mom is a very good cook. So we thought, okay, so what if we try to make some money out of it? Let's call it extra money. And we got into it. We got the place, this restaurant, and we started building everything from the ground up. We bought the equipment, we hired people, we did everything to start. So it was a rough start. I do have to mention it was a very rough start because even though we all knew quite a lot of things about our fields, but um, being an entrepreneur is something different because there are so many different ways to do things, and you cannot be right. You can say nobody can tell you this is the only way you can make your business grow,
Yep.
or this is not going to work, or this is going to work. It's trial and error, even though it doesn't sound too scientific, but that's because it's not. We have to try in so many different ways. People take things one way or another, and some things might work and sometimes might not. So that's my background. And my family was struggling with it. It was really, really hard at some point. And but when you see that the struggle is part of your life, that challenge is what you like, what makes you feel motivated, feeling the challenge that you can make a difference, you can be different from the rest and doing something that you like to do. That's what has motivated us to keep moving forward into different directions, and keep on building, keep on growing on this entrepreneur adventure, right?
Yeah, for sure. So since we mentioned, well, you mentioned the restaurant, it's really hard. It's a hit hard this time with the COVID-19. It's a for you guys with the customers. Can you tell us a little bit if you don't mind sharing that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, running a business has a lot of different pain points. For example, you have to make sure you keep the right recipe. That's so crucial because I mean, you cannot just have employees do whatever they want, cook chicken the way they want. So we need to be there. We have to have processes, which takes time. I mean, having a process is not as simple as writing it down on a notebook and having person follow it. No, it's way more than that, right? So having the ingredients ready, that's another struggle. Dealing with vendors that probably are not gonna get on time with the product you order. So following up on vendors is extremely important. So again, keeping the recipe, keeping the original recipe is very important. Keeping track of equipment, making sure it's functioning properly. That's another thing. You have to pay taxes, so you have to be on top of paying taxes. Your accounting, you have to be on top of accounting. You have to hire more people because restaurants are one of those companies that have one of the highest turnover rates. So we
Yep.
constantly have to be hiring more and more people. You have to think of ways to attract customers. Social media is probably something that nowadays we have to do, right? I mean, it's not a matter of whether you want to do it or not. The competition is doing it, so you have to find a way to be there, like socially in social media. Leading these people is another challenge. I mean, making sure customers are happy, getting to speak to customers on how they perceive our services. And that's another thing. So it's a lot of things that are running behind, what seems to be happening, dealing with while cooking concerns, because so many things can happen. Probably a person is not feeling well, so you have to find a way to run the show. I mean, the show has to run, has to go,
Yep.
has to continue. You have customers waiting for you. If you are on delivery, for example, we are on delivery business as well, so you have to make sure you have enough delivery guys. And oh wow, it's a whole lot. So that's why it's so important having help in so many different areas, because you want to grow your business and you can't just do it all. It's impossible. And if you can, you are letting some revenue go because you're trying to hold everything in your hands, and it's not possible.
Exactly. That's why it's very important to have a Gerardo in your team, guys. I'm telling you, when you have extra hands and you have the right hands, let's mention like the recipe that he has. If you have those hands following the recipe, it's gonna make a really good food, and it's gonna all the clients that you have is gonna come back because why? Because they have a good flavor in there in the food. So we use that, but he can manage all those other people that you really need to focus on how to bring the recipe to you. I use the recipe like a restaurant, but it's basically the same thing when you try to get a new client, when you try to offer the service that you offer, all the things that you try to sell. It's the same thing. So it's very important to have a guy like Gerardo, especially with his experience that has behind like how they build the restaurant, how they make his own business. So a lot of experience plus the communication skills, all this all together is a big package that you guys gonna get with this guy. So how can they get a hold of you, Gerardo, again? How email, phone number again? Can you repeat it for us so we can get excited and call you and get a lot of work for you your way?
Absolutely. I will be very happy to receive your calls. So, first of all, that'll be my email address, which is Gerardo, which is my first name, that Sosa, my first my last name, and that'll be Flores. I'm sorry. Let me say it again. It's Gerardo that Sosa that Flores. Flores is my very last name at gmail.com. Right. And you can also call me by phone, which is 503 71140701. You can call me at that number too. I'll be very happy to take your call and see how I can be. Let's see if I can be a good fit for your business. I mean, probably I am the thing that you need. I'm the person you need for your business. If not, I can just make a recommendation of what you can do.
There he goes. See, still, if he's not good fit for your business, he's still gonna take the effort to guide you with somebody that might be fit you need. So give him a call, give him an email, give it a shot, and talk to him first, and then you have feelings. And if he's good fit for you, if he not, it's no hard feelings. We still love you, and we still continue helping you guys out. So Gerardo, what did you do in your free time? What is the things that you do? Like working out, read books. What is Gerardo doing in his free times?
Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, so once I'm done with work, I try to go out and run with my little doggy.
All
I have
right.
this puppy over here, uh, and I like taking her out for a run. I go out with my son at the same time. I mean, he takes his bike, and I take the dog, and we take a run. I love exercising a lot. I like running. I like playing soccer. I like playing basketball. I play volleyball. I play this game. Probably you haven't heard about it so much, which is called fronton, which is,
Anthony, what is that?
it's a very nice, it's a very nice sport in which you take a racket, but it's a like a wood racket,
Mhm.
and you hit the ball against the wall, and the ball bounces back to you, or to your opponent, and the next person has to hit it. So that's the way it is. Probably you have seen it. It's a long, it's like a long field, a long court, and which with your racket you have to hit the ball hard, so it bounces back against the wall, and the next person has to hit it. It takes a lot of effort.
There's a lot of work on your legs there, isn't it? Because you got it wrong and try to catch the ball. So it's a really good exercise. There you go, guys. If you guys need some kind of exercise, practice that. It will make your legs. So, any recommendations for? I know you're in the Salvador. Any restaurants that you recommend? I know you have your own restaurant. That you can recommend people that they might be travel over there. They want to take a time off and be like, I want to go meet Gerardo personally. What restaurant do you recommend?
Absolutely. So first of all, that'll be our restaurant because we have the most original, typical food. And by original, I mean that we keep the original recipe at
Mm-hmm,
hand, and that's what we use. It's called Via Antigua,
mm-hmm.
and we are located in Antiguo Cuscatlan, La Libertad. So
Okay.
this is a very touristic place, very very touristic place because it's still like a little town, like old fashioned town, and that'll be the first point, and from there I can take you to some other places, right? Because I do know some other restaurants across El Salvador. We have so much good food in El Salvador, so many different recipes, and we have so many different places where you can enjoy it.
Wow. What about let's say I want to take some time off with my entire family. Where do you what area do you recommend in El Salvador to
Okay,
me take my whole my family?
great, great. No, okay. So here's the nice thing about El Salvador. Usually, when you go out on vacation, you have to make up your mind on one place you want to go. You may want to go to the beach somewhere, because I mean that's the only, if you get there, I mean you travel like an hour and a half or something, you got to the beach. But in El Salvador, depending on how much time you have, but in El Salvador you can go from the beach, which is beautiful in El Salvador. As a matter of fact, many tourists end up living in El Salvador after they fall in love with it, especially surfers. We have a lot of surfers from the States and Europe who end up living here in El Salvador because they like the culture, they like the beaches. It seems like they really like the beaches a lot.
Yeah.
So that is one beautiful place you can go. Um, you can go to the mountain here, and which is beautiful. It's stunning. It's really really nice. We have lakes very close to, and what I was trying to say about it is that you don't really have to make a decision on one place only. You can go to the beautiful beaches. You can go to standing mountains. You can go to lakes. You can hike a volcano, and everything is no more than 45 minutes away from each other. So that's why I was saying that you don't have to get stuck in one place. You can go to so many different places.
That is great to know because maybe we can come over there and visit you guys and have fun in the beaches. Anyway, okay, let's see. Let's hit this route. What book do you recommend to people to read? they can get motivated to start doing their own business, or they can motivate themselves to start seeing different things that most people sometimes just focus to go to work 9 to 5 and that's it. They just focus, and some people they like to do that. I mean, or if it's people up there they want to improve themselves, what books do you read, what books do you recommend?
Absolutely. I will believe that if you are the type of person that is okay with the job, that's absolutely okay. I mean, do whatever you feel like you feel happy with. That's great. On the other hand, if you feel somehow uncomfortable with the way unemployment works, and entrepreneurship seems to be something that is attracting you, seems appealing to you, I will strongly recommend you to read Rich Dad Poor Dad. What really called my attention about that book is how I was on the poor dad side, because how my life was built, right under that structure, in which I was told to go there, study, have nice grades, so you can have a you can have nice college education, so you can have a safe job. And I actually went that path for a long time. And after I read that book, I felt encouraged to keep on, doing business. Um, that's the way I feel alive. That's the way I feel motivated, and no regrets, no regrets.
Nice. Yeah, guys, that book that he mentioned is really good. I'm sure everybody hears it before, or maybe you have it. Well, Rich Poor Dad is one of the greatest book up there if you want to start reading in. And observe it makes sense. It talks about how schools doesn't teach you about money, how you never you just train to be a worker, and it's totally mind different set when you start seeing like a way, what I can do this and still have my job, or start with a job and then focusing how to make you business. Is really good book, so I recommend this. Well, I read it and it's amazing. So any other books that you throw up there, Gerardo?
Yeah, I would say The Richest Man in Babylon is another great book. That's one I've read, and I like it because it helps you understand how you can get started. I mean, Rich Dad Poor Dad is amazing because it shows you the whole spectrum that you have to go through in order to build some wealth. But this other one, The Richest Man of Babylon, also teaches you how to start from the ground up. First of all, how to get rid of your debt if you have any spending debt, because we know that not all debt is bad, right? It's
Yep.
just that consumption debt is the only one that's bad. So it teaches you how to get started if you have debt, how to start a business, what's important out of it, what's the importance out of it, what you have to keep in consideration when running businesses. So that, I think it was, great starter. It was a great starter, and I love it.
Awesome, guys. So there we go. You guys two really good books are Rich Dad and Poor Dad and The Richest Man in Babylonia. So if you guys want to check it out, I think you guys love it. I don't read the other books, so I don't know what it is, but I'm sure Gerardo's saying the truth because I trust him, and we've been working for a little while together. So any other thoughts that you want to say to people they want to start like a don't do or do it if they start their own business or they want to start learning a business, what do you recommend them?
Well, if you have that feeling stuck in your mind that you want to run a business, I believe there is no better moment to start than today, right now, because there is no such a thing as you can plan everything ahead. You can make a plan, and that's great that you're making a plan. The thing is that once you have a plan ready, it's very important to start running with that plan, because I mean, what you already have in your mind, it's not going to be that way. You can have a plan, and even if you know your business, let's say that you're starting another business, doing the same thing you were doing before. For example, if you have a restaurant and you want to open a new restaurant, probably with different food, things are not going to go the same way as it did on the previous restaurant. I mean, there is always new challenges, new things you have to learn. So the same the same way it goes with business. You just have to act. You have to do it now, and you have to learn. You have to forgive. You have to forgive yourself for every mistake you're gonna be making along the way. There's no way you can do it in a perfect world. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, that's totally true because you prepare for something and then you end up like, what happened today? And go there. Wait. You just gotta make sure that you encourage yourself. It's gonna be mistakes. Nobody's perfect. I always preach like I'm not perfect. Nobody's gonna be perfect. Maybe some people think they're perfect, but that's not the way that I think. I think if you're gonna start something, make sure you prepare yourself to fail the a couple first times or learn from those mistakes and move on with it. Because if you're stuck and you fail for a couple times and you're like, okay, I'm done. That's not the way that you should be thinking. You should be thinking like, okay, how did I solve this? This it was like a test. Now, how can I improve for this test? So I totally recommend that to don't hurt yourself and be like, oh, this is it. No. Well, this is all Gerardo. What am I talking about? So how do they can reach you again, Gerardo?
Sure, absolutely. My email address is gerardo.sosa.flores at gmail.com. And you can also call me by phone, area code 503, and phone number is 71140701.
There we go, guys. If you guys need help, you guys need to grow, you guys need somebody to help you with manage people, inventory, all that data that you need to pull it out when something goes wrong or something is going well. Gerardo is your man. I recommend it. He's been doing a marvelous job with us. So, anything else that you want to say to them, Gerardo, before we wrap it up?
Yeah, absolutely. Just to keep going. I being an entrepreneur, I admire entrepreneurship. I mean companies who have gone a you know farther than I have myself. And I believe I have special passion, working with you guys, learning from you guys. And for that reason, I will be there. You can rely on me. I'm going to do my best to help you grow your business. I will find happiness in seeing your business grow. So I'll be there for you. And thank you so much. Looking forward to hear back from you.
Thank you, guys. There you have it, Gerardo Sosa. He's ready to work. He's ready to helping people because that's one of the things that I see a lot in him. He loves to help people. He loves to be there and see you getting better, you getting more clients, you getting more success from what you do. So he's a really nice guy. He's has all our core values and trust me, our core values I think are pretty fun. But there you have it, guys. Don't forget if you like to share your story, sign up in Michiana Business Podcast so we can share it to the world and you can help a lot of people by telling your story to don't do the mistakes that you already done and what's called do something else different because everybody thinks like they're gonna take my story, they're gonna take my mistakes, they're gonna take my not my mistakes, like they're gonna take my what am I trying to say here? Like the things that I offer to people, they're gonna steal my plans. That's not the whole thing. I think you helping a lot of people to try to open their eyes, try to don't do the mistakes that you do because like my say that I always say the sun comes out for everybody, doesn't matter what. So if we hope somebody every day, it will shine you sun, you sun stronger than other people. So there you go. If you want to sign out and share your story, don't forget to sign in Michiana Business Podcast, and we would love to share your story. And for with this, don't forget to call Industrial Office Cleaning. He's the one that sponsored our show. 574-310-7782. And into the next one, guys.
If you're in the Michiana area and would like to have us put your business or story out there for everyone to hear, sign up at michianabusinesspodcast.com. Until next time, thanks for listening.